Hello, America. I am the Chief. This is your Leo Nation, where we believe in and support the rule of law. And I would like to encourage everybody today on Veterans Day to remember the men and women who have made it possible for all of us to enjoy the rule of law, to actually have a United States of America. I know it almost sounds like a cliche sometimes, and it can kind of roll off someone's back like water off of a duck. But it is so important to remember that we would not have the United States of America. We would not have the Declaration of Independence. We would not have the United States Constitution. We would not have the ability to speak freely, to vote, to travel. None of those rights would be ours without the men and women from 1775 until today that have risked and many times given their lives to ensure our freedoms. My dad was one of those men who sacrificed. Fortunately, he came home and raised 5 children. My dad did sacrifice 3.5 years of his life away from his home, away from his family, to defend our Constitution and our way of life. And that was during World War II. My dad was born 103 years ago in 1921. And as a young man, he was drafted just a few weeks after Pearl Harbor. He went on to serve in the Army Air Corps. He landed in North Africa. He was part of the invasion of Sicily, then Italy proper, later on in France after D-Day. And then after that, my dad was shipped to the Pacific, to the island of Tinian, where the atomic bomb was delivered before it was dropped on Japan to end the war. My dad was a part of all those aspects of World War II. He was one of the millions and millions of Americans who defended our rights and who continue to do so today. So with that said, I would like to play a very short video that my son, who at the time was about 8 years old, just a couple of years ago, made in honor of my dad, his grandpa. Let's watch.
I am grateful. My grandfather's name was Ulysses Garrett. I never got to meet my grandfather. I would have loved to meet my grandfather. I was named after my grandfather. I think my grandfather's name was amazing because it's a strong name. My grandfather grew up in the Deep South. He was on his own and he was poor. He didn't have all the things I have, like parents' toys and a warm house. My grandfather Ulysses was only a few years older than me when he started driving a truck to deliver things. He had to learn how to take care of himself and his brother without help from anyone. When my grandfather grew up, he fought in World War II. My grandfather Ulysses served his country, protect people, and our freedom. Grandpa Ulysses went to Africa, Europe, and the South Pacific. My grandfather fought for America to protect freedoms like speech, learning, and fun. I think my grandpa chose the best choice I can think of. My grandpa's actions taught me to never give up, to be brave, and to make America a better place. Everybody can do what my grandpa did if they don't give up. I really like living in America. I wouldn't like living in America if people didn't do what my grandpa did. Protecting America's freedom is something you should do. I will change the world by being grateful. What my grandpa did wasn't easy, it wasn't fun, but it was worth it. I am grateful for what my grandpa did for his family and his country. I will be grateful by remembering what my grandpa did for America.